Hey guys! So today I am back to go through all of my highlighting products, and I'm really excited to go through this set or category of products because I know there's definitely things I want to let go of that I've either never touched or have been holding on to for way too long and just not using. My goal at the end of this is to try to have everything fit in a single bin like this. I just feel like I never am going to use this amount of highlighters. There's never any occasions where I need this many. So yeah, let's see if we can do it and let's just get started. Okay, so I went ahead and separated everything out. I have my pressed highlighters, loose highlighters, palettes, and then cream and liquid type of highlighters. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start this way, moving to the left. This first one is by Cover FX, and this is their glitter drops, and I don't see a shade name on the product, so I can't really tell you what the shade name is. This is something that came in a subscription box. I have heard amazing things about the Cover FX highlighters that come in this little dropper form, so I was really excited when I first saw this in my subscription, and then I realized that it's a glitter drop. I don't know if that's the same thing as their other highlighting products, but let me go ahead and show you what it looks like. So obviously it's this really deep golden color. Very, very metallic. There's a very fine glitter in here, so it's nothing really chunky. It's very reflective. I love that it really does show up on the skin, and it's a very liquidy, luminous type of consistency. But I am gonna go ahead and let this one go purely because it's a little bit too goldeny for me, and I'm not sure how well that's actually showing up on camera. Maybe in that angle you can kind of see it, but I know realistically I'm not going to use this all that frequently. Maybe if it didn't have glitter in it, I could find a way to work with it on my skin, but I think the golden tone plus that fine glitter that's in there, I just can't see myself ever really trying this or using it out, so I do think I'm gonna go ahead and just pass this one on. This next one is something I got from BoxyCharm. It's the Temptu Liquid Glow, and this I think I am gonna hold on to. I'm pretty sure I have used it a couple of times in the past. Yeah, and I really, really like it. Here's what it looks like. It's a very soft, luminous glow to the skin. It isn't anything super reflective or metallic like. It doesn't have any glitter in it. It's just a very soft, luminous color. So I am going to continue to hold on to this specifically for mixing with my foundation. I do think this looks really pretty. I am going to let go of this Tardiest Pro Glow liquid highlighter. I have tried this a few different times. It is in the shade Exposed, and I just don't like the way this blends out on my skin. It looks like this. You can see it is a really pretty kind of light white yellow type of color, like a champagne tone almost. The problem that I have with this is that I don't feel like it blends into the skin all that well. Like it doesn't melt into the skin. You know the way some highlighters do where it just like melts and looks so beautiful and seamless? This to me looks a little bit chalky and a little bit splotchy sometimes when I do apply it, so I am gonna go ahead and let this one go. This next one I haven't tried out too many times. It's the e.l.f. Illuminating Drops, and I actually really, really like this. I haven't used it a ton of times, but the times that I do use it, I really, really enjoy it. It looks like that. I would say it's almost like a more blendable version than that Tarte primer that I just showed you. It's very similar in color and tone, except this one has more of just that even coverage on the skin. It does have that melt into the skin type of effect, and I mean for an e.l.f. product, it's obviously super affordable. Love this and will continue to hold on to it. This little baby guy I haven't even cracked open to yet. It's the Glow Milk Nourished with Coconut Oil Illuminating Drops. This kind of looks like a pinky bronzy type of highlighter. At first glance, I probably wouldn't hold on to it because it does look a little bit dark, but I don't want to write it off just yet because I haven't had a chance to use it, so I will still hold on to this guy. The last liquid highlighter that I have is by Shop Miss A. This is their Wonder Cover highlighter shade, and I think I am going to let go of this. It does look a little bit scary in the tube. It's like a stark, bright white. It kind of looks like straight up white out, and it applies like white out, but once you do blend it out, you can see that kind of intense color that this gives the skin. Now this isn't anything shimmery. It's not like your stereotypical highlighter where you would use it just to give like glimmer or sheen to your skin. It's more of like, I guess you could consider it more of like a strobing type of highlighter where it just lightens the color of your makeup in the specific areas you want to lighten it. Obviously, it's a very stark white color and the pigmentation is beautiful, which is something I love about Shop Miss A products. But in this case in particular, it's just a little bit too stark for my skin and not something I ever reach for because of that. I am gonna go ahead and let this one go. I have another e.l.f. highlighting product, and this is the Pearl Glow Targeted Natural Glow Stick. It is a really pretty color. It's kind of like a peachy champagne type of shade. Hopefully you can see the color. It is really pretty. I don't like the way this applies to the skin. It's not something that I can apply straight onto my face because I feel like it looks a little bit too patchy when I apply it that way, but I do like adding this sometimes to my under eye area just to add a little bit of luminosity and glow. I feel like it gives a very youthful look to the under eye, so I don't really use this as a typical highlighter, but I do like using it as like an under eye highlight or glowy type of product. So I will continue to hold on to this guy. I am gonna let go of this little Petco luminizer from Holika Holika. I did hold on to quite a few products from this collection, so I feel like it's okay for me to let this one go because I have so many others, but it looks like this. It kind of has like a lip balm type of formula where it's sort of glossy and balmy to the touch. Here is what it looks like. You guys can probably barely see it. It's like that very light, wet kind of look on the skin. It's not anything super glowy. It doesn't show up all that well on me. So I also feel like the formula itself too, because it's more of that balmy texture, it doesn't feel the most long lasting on the skin. So for that reason, I am gonna go ahead and pass this guy on, though it is freaking adorable. These two I know I'm still holding on to. I've talked about them in the past and I love these so much. They are the Essence So Glow Cream to Powder Highlighters, and I do have the shades 10 Look on the Bright Side as well as 20 Bright Up Your Life. These remind me so much of the MAC cream highlighters. Like the consistency is very, very similar where they're not too wet feeling on the skin. Here's what they look like. You can see they're so beautiful and shiny and just, I love them. They're not anything too metallic looking on the skin either, where it looks like kind of phony. Like they're very easy to wear in the daytime or the nighttime if you really want to build them up. They have just such a soft glow, but I love the pinky hue of the pink one. I love the like yellowy golden tone of this one. They're just so gorgeous on the skin, and of course, I am still going to hold on to the both of these. I have this little highlighter by Sigma. This is their Brilliant Shimmer Cream, and I will continue to hold on to this one as well because it's another one I really do enjoy. Now, it does look a little bit on the deep side when you look at it swatched out, but I like the way this looks on my cheeks for some reason. I feel like it gives a little bit of a bronzy glow, but it's not so dark and orangey on me where it looks like a major contrast for my skin. It's just one of those things where face on, it looks like it wouldn't work for me, but when I actually get it on my face, I really do like it. And this does have a similar consistency to that Holika Holika one, except it has a little bit less of a greasy, balmy type of feel to it. It does have a slightly drier texture, so I feel like it adheres to the skin really nicely. And yeah, I just love the formula of this. It looks very good. It's very easy to blend into the skin, and I will continue to hold on to it. These last two are by Pony Effect, and I have the shade Dreamlike as well as the color Before Sunrise. Okay, so there's Dreamlike, which has a really soft, almost pastel-like glow to it. And then this is Before Sunrise, which has that slightly more peachy tone to it. I do think I'm gonna hold on to Dreamlike and let go of Before Sunrise just because I do feel like, I don't know, the more like peachy tones on me, I'm not a huge fan of, so I am going to let go of this one. Now, I do love the formula of these. I just talked about them in my bronzer contour declutter video as well. They're very smooth and blendable. Even though they are stick formulas, they don't look chalky on the skin whatsoever or patchy. They just have such an even, smooth coverage. So I am obsessed with these, but I am gonna go ahead and get rid of this shade, and I'm gonna continue to hold on to the color Dreamlike. I have a couple of loose highlighters from the company Artist Couture, and these are their Diamond Glow powders. I have the shade Illuminati as well as Summer Haze, and I went ahead and swatched them here because they're a little bit messy with them being loose highlighting powders. And here's what they look like, and I am going to hold on to the both of these because I think they are absolutely stunning. This is Summer Haze up here at the top, and then the second one here at the bottom is the shade Illuminati. These powders are so fine and blendable. They are so pretty. It's really easy to control the amount of intensity that you want to because the powder is so fine. So if you just want a light dusting of this or you really want to pack it on, they are super reflective and pack a lot of punch. So I do really enjoy these, and I am going to hold on to the both of them. This next one is a highlighting palette by Jessica Libeskin. It's the Vintage highlighting palette. Now this is a very unique highlighting duo in that it's a deep pink color and then this more like chocolatey bronze type of shade. These shades swatch like butter. They are some of the smoothest powders I have ever felt. They blend like a dream. I do like the way they look on the skin. I'm not opposed to pink highlighters, but if they are going to be pink, I need something that's more softy and pearly looking, like an ethereal type of pink versus like this warmer peachy pink color. I just feel like it never looks right on me, so I am going to go ahead and let this one go. I have this other one by the company Pure. It's the Bronze and Brighten palette. Okay, so it is broken. That's probably why I have not reached for this in a very long time. It honestly looks barely touched. I don't know if it arrived broken like this or I dropped it at some point. I really cannot remember, but yeah, it's just not worth salvaging to me. I feel like I have a lot of other highlighters that compare very well probably to this shade, and because this is so smashed, I know I'm not going to reach for this, so I am just going to let that one go. Okay, so we are moving into my powder highlighters, and I'm going to pull up these two first. Right away, I know that I'm going to be holding on to one of these and letting go of the other. It is the exact same product. It's the e.l.f. Heart Defense Coffee and Cream Highlighting Duo, and the reason why I do have two of these is because the first time I ordered it, it arrived broken, so e.l.f. sent a replacement one, and I held on to both because I do love the color of this highlighting duo so much. So here's what the Heart Defense highlighter looks like in perfect condition. You have the coffee side and the cream side over here. I absolutely love the formula of this highlighter. It has to be one of my favorite e.l.f. products that they have ever released. It is so good. It feels just like a high-end highlighter in my opinion. The cream side is more of a starkish white color, and then the coffee side is more of a bronzy shade, but when you do mix the colors together, it comes out the most beautiful, perfect champagne. I love that you can customize your highlight with this as well. I think that's such a smart marketing concept that you can kind of customize it based on how tan you are or what mood you're in or makeup look. You can either go more of that like silver tone or more of that warm golden tone. So yeah, I love this highlighter and I will continue to hold on to it. Now this is the broken one and it looks like this. Honestly, it's still salvageable, so it's not in terrible condition, but I know I'm probably never going to completely finish up the other one that I have, so I am gonna go ahead and just pass this one on. I definitely know that I'm going to continue to hold on to my MAC Whisper of Guilt highlighter. This is an oldie but a goodie. There's a little swatch of it. It's just a beautiful light golden color. It's just one of my go-tos and I will hold on to it. This is a little mini highlighter by Tarte in the color Angelic, and I am ready to let this one go. It's kind of like a creamy vanilla golden color. It's a pretty color. I just am not crazy about these Tarte formulas. I feel like they're really hard and not as smooth or like buttery feeling on the skin as I personally like for a highlighting product. So for that reason, I am gonna go ahead and just let this one go. I have this Yuki Professional Mineral Water Glow Highlighter in 04. I just got this in a boutique subscription, I wanna say about a month ago, and I'm currently obsessed with it. It's such a like beautiful, magical combination of colors. There's like mint and light pink and lavender, but the dominating color in here is more of that like silver tone, and here is what it looks like. It's definitely one of the cooler toned highlighters that I do own, but I really do love playing with this. It's just fun to use. I love the way it looks on my vanity as well because it has such a cool array of colors in there, and yeah, I'm still playing with it and I do really like it. I have a couple of these highlighters by Shop Miss A. These are their Wonder Cover baked highlighters, and I have the shade Icing and the color Snow. Now face on, these might look very identical, but if you were to see them in person, they're kind of like holographic type of highlighters, and the shade Icing does have a slightly more blue tone to it. Okay, so hopefully now you can see the difference in the colors, right? It's a very surprising effect that it has on the skin. So this is the shade Snow, which has more of that pink iridescent tint to it, and then this is the shade Icing, which has more of a blue duochrome type of look to it. I am going to hold on to these, not really for highlighters, but I do think that they're fun to play with for eyeshadow. I'm not a big fan of the baked formula from this line. I do feel like it looks a little bit unnatural on my skin, like it comes out a little bit powdery on me, but I will continue to hold on to these and play with them strictly for eyeshadow shades. I'm going to let go of this highlighter in the shade Shimmering Swan. It is by the company Pretty Vulgar, and I'm sure this is another thing that I got in a subscription box. It looks like this. It actually leans a little bit more of like a goldeny yellow type of color, but number one, I don't like the formula of this. It's not all that smooth. It feels just, I don't know, really cheap to me, and I do think that it has kind of a chalky finish to it, so I am going to go ahead and pass this one on too. I know for sure that I want to continue holding on to this highlighter by Ofra. This one is in the color Rodeo Drive, and it is just absolutely stunning. I'm going to try to be gentle with it because it's a little bit broken. But look at it. It's just the most luxurious gold color. It is so beautiful. I love the way this one applies to the skin as well. Here's a little swatch of the color here. It's a nice, rich golden color. I feel like it complements my skin really well, and I just love how shiny and reflective it is on the skin. Another favorite of mine is this one by Wet n Wild. This is the Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in the shade Blossom Glow. I love using this as eyeshadow, as an inner corner highlight, as a regular highlighter. It's definitely a great multitasking type of highlighting shade. I'm trying to find a clean finger. And here is what the color looks like. You can see it's a very soft baby pink. It is very flattering on the skin. It has a very feminine, kind of flirty look, but it isn't anything crazy metallic and reflective. So it's another one that I can wear in the daytime. I feel like it looks flattering with any makeup look, and it's just such a pretty highlighter. I really, really do love this one. Another old school product I have is this one by Dior. It's the Amber Diamond highlighter. I do love the formula of this highlighter, and I also love the fact that you have so many different options of combining colors. If you want to go more gold, more amber, more of this like light silver tone, you have a good combination of colors in here. To be honest, I don't even know if Dior still carries this, so I'm not going to swatch it or anything, but yeah, it is really pretty, and I will continue to hold on to it. I have this little baby Laura Geller Gilded Honey highlighter, which I love. This guy is my baby. I bring it with me anytime I travel. It's a very rich, warm golden color. This is definitely more of a summertime highlighter for me, but I do really love it and will continue to hold on to it. Another highlighter I love and will hold on to is Prosecco Pop by Becca. Again, super, super smooth. I love the formula of Becca powders. They're so pretty, and this one is another one that is just like that beautiful kind of light champagne-y golden color. I have this little mini highlighter from Lorac, and this one is in the shade Spotlight. I remember back in the day I used to really like this as more of a natural highlighting type of product because it's not super glittery or shimmery. And here is what the color looks like. It is more of that peachy tone, which I mentioned, I feel like I've kind of grown out of that phase a little bit. So I do think I'm gonna go ahead and let this one go. I have another mini highlighter, and this one is by Laura Geller. It's the Baked Highlighter in French Vanilla. This is another one that I remember loving because it's more of like a natural highlighted type of look. To be honest, in the swatch, it doesn't really look all that enticing. It just looks like a very light colored face powder almost with a little bit of a sheen, but I am going to continue to hold on to this because I actually do like the way it looks on the skin. It's very, very subtle and very natural, so it's not anything I would recommend if you like a very like obvious highlighter, but I do enjoy this when I'm going for that more like natural look. I think it looks really pretty on the skin. I have a highlighter by Kevin Aquan in the shade Candlelight. To be honest, this is kind of a regret purchase for me. I remember it being very expensive, like almost $50 maybe for this tiny ass little highlighter. It's barely been touched, typical. And there's a swatch of the shade there. It's more of a glow type of highlighter. This is another one that isn't very iridescent and in your face. It gives more, just a soft glow to the skin. It is really pretty and flattering, so I will continue to hold on to it, but I would never spend that kind of money again on something like this. I just feel like there are so many other highlighters that are similar to this that are at a much more affordable price point, so although it is very pretty, I wouldn't say it was worth the money. I have another highlighting product by the company Shop Miss A, and this is their AOA pressed highlighter in the shade Iris. I really wanted to love this highlighter because obviously Shop Miss A products are at such an affordable price point, but sadly I did not fall in love with this. Here's what it looks like swatched out. You can see from the swatch it leans a lot more on that silvery white tone, so I feel like the color kind of clashes with my skin, but also the formula itself I don't feel is the smoothest on my skin, or it's just not the most flattering on me. So I am gonna go ahead and let that one go. I have MAC Soft and Gentle, which is another oldie but goodie in my collection. This is probably the only semi-peachy toned highlighter that I feel like does look very flattering on my skin. And even though it has like a goldeny peach tone to it, it's not anything that leans super amber or red or orange. It's very soft and natural, and yeah, hence the name Soft and Gentle, I guess. I have this little tiny Laura Mercier highlighter in Golden Mosaic, and I will go ahead and let go of this. I just never used it. I think I got it in a gift set, and that's why I have it, but I can tell right away it's just a little bit too on the goldeny bronzy side for me, so I will pass this on. The last group of highlighters that I have are all from e.l.f., and these are their shimmering highlighting powders, and I'll go ahead and run through all of these. This first one is the shade Pearl Glow. Next is Rose Glow, Starlight Glow, and finally Sunset Glow. Here's a quick swatch of all four of those colors, and I know they're probably not showing up all that well, and that is why I am gonna let go of some of these. The pigmentation, especially on the last two shades, are not the best. Pearl Glow obviously has really great pigmentation. It's just that more stark white color, which I know is not something I'm going to reach for, so I'm gonna go ahead and let go of Pearl Glow. Rose Glow I really do like. It's the second shade down. It's a very soft, light, crystal pink type of color. I feel like it looks very flattering on the skin. It's a little bit similar to that Wet n Wild one I showed you earlier, maybe just slightly softer in color, but I am going to hold on to this one because I do like it. And then I think I am gonna go ahead and just finally let go of these last two. This one is Starlight Glow, which is here. You can see I just swatched this and it's already kind of like crumbling off my skin and not really showing up all that well. It's kind of like a light golden color, but again, the pigmentation is just not there for me. I don't know what happened here. It cracked or got broken, I guess, during the move, but yeah. Gonna let that one go. And then finally Sunset Glow, which is probably the most disappointing to me. It is the last one here. I'm sure you can barely see it. I can barely see it in person, but yeah, it's just not there with color payoff. Plus I do feel like the way these apply sometimes is a little bit powdery on the skin because you have to layer it so much to get anything to show up that it ends up just looking really heavy and just not flattering at all. So I am going to let go of this one as well. Okay guys, so here's an overall look of everything that I let go of for this round of decluttering. In total, I got rid of 16 highlighting products, and I'm happy to report that we made it into this one little bin. Never thought I would see all of my highlighters in one little bin like this. Like typically they're thrown all over the place, so this makes me feel very happy. And now I'm able to give more attention and love to the highlighters that I use regularly and continue to use them up and pass these guys on to someone else who might love them a little bit more. If you guys did enjoy this video, please be sure to give it a like, and if you're new to my channel, definitely don't forget to subscribe. I have more decluttering videos that are going to be coming out, and if you haven't watched any of the previous ones yet, I will go ahead and link my last one down below so that way you guys can get all caught up. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.